Okay, let's start. Okay, yesterday we have seen the, let me share my screen. Yesterday we have seen the tokenization process. Today we'll try to learn the matching, the match path and some other things. So let me open this sheet first of all. Okay, right. Okay, let's study this matching sheet. First of all, I have clearly explained that there are two things in matching. Let me enlarge this a bit. 16 and bold. Okay, so we have seen something called as tokenization, which is nothing but pre-match. Okay, now the actual matching means based on which actually the matching will happen. That's the meaning of actual matching. Okay, so actual matching is typically based on something called as a match rule. Okay, so it's very simple. Let's say if I directly go through this, then this is called as a match rule. I've got 4 rules. So this one says that if the name of 2 records are identical, date of birth and gender is exactly same, then it should go for a auto merge rule. Okay, it should go for auto merge. That's what this rule is. Okay, now if I go a bit deeper, then it says like name of 2 records. Now which 2 records? Name of 2 records means which 2 records? The See, first of all, understand that in this actual matching you will pass match pairs. Okay, which match pairs? The match pairs created in first step, created in step 1. Okay, so whatever match step you have created in the tokenization process, that match pairs you will pass it in the actual matching. So for example, this is an example of a match pair. Okay, so this match pair I will pass it to this rules. So what will happen? Let's say first rule, which says that name of 2 records are identical. So it will check if the name of 2 records are identical or not. Okay, and it will check if date of birth and gender is exactly same or not. And if it meets the condition, then what will happen? This 2 records will be declared as match but auto merge, qualified for auto merge. You understand? So uh, a match, successful match, can result in auto merge or manual merge. Auto merge means it will be merged automatically. So it is merged automatically. How it is merged automatically? There are some batch jobs. For example, if I go here and okay, here there are, one second. Okay, for example, see, okay, so you see this job called as auto merge. So if you run this job, which is normally a job that will be scheduled, okay, this job will be scheduled in your company, like using a scheduler. So when this job is kicked off, you will see that uh, the 2 records that resulted in the match will be automatically merged. Now if you see the second rule, it's manual merge. Third rule, manual merge. Fourth rule, manual merge. So one thing is clear. What is a match rule? It's just a rule which says that Okay, if this matches, that's a match. Okay, but what kind of match? Can be a auto merge match or manual merge match. What is the difference? Auto merge is a confident, so this is like confident rule. So this rule is, it's a confident rule. Confident means I know that if this rule is met, then I'm talking about the same customer. All right, I know that, I mean, I'm confident as an architect. Let's say if I've created this rule, I'm confident that if this rule is met, it's definitely the same customer. But these three rules that I have, that is not that much confident. Okay, that's like low confidence. So this is like low confidence rule. Okay, all of these three. So if something is low confidence, then you don't want to take a risk. What kind of risk? So let's say that if it's low confidence and you will merge them, let's say accidentally I have made it auto merge. So what can happen? What might be the consequence? See, if you go through this rule, you will understand this is like a weak rule. You understand? Weak rule, strong rule. Weak rule means, so if this rule is met, it's like 50-50. So there are chances that the customer can be the same customer, or there are also chances that we are talking about different customers. Both the things are possible. All right. So I don't want to take a risk. I don't want to take a risk. So I made it manual. So what happens if it is manual? If it's manual means someone, that's the data steward. The data steward has to manually go and check if these two records are same or different. How he will do that? He will compare attribute by attribute and he will check the data in different sources. Then he will identify that, okay, it's got to be the same guy, right? So that's what these rules are. Second one is date of birth, gender, first name. You can easily understand from this rule that it's a weak rule, because what do you think? Like, is it possible that two guys can have gender same? Yes, there are probably 50% of people in world have the same gender. Do you think how many people are there with same gender date of birth? Millions, right? Millions of people. And what do you think? Like, how many people will be there with the same first name, gender, date of birth? Probably not in millions, but still it will be in thousands. Okay. So if this rule is met, it means that 50-50. Possibly, there's a possibility, but it's not like confirmed. So that's why I made it as auto or manual. Okay. And remember, I've got like these rules, and these rules will be executed top to bottom. So it's like this, top to bottom. So first this rule number one, uh, rule number one will be executed. Okay, so it's like you have seen a war. So in a war, in movies, like you will see the best person, the best fighter will be on the front side, then the weaker people, right? So this is like my best rule. Rule number one is my best rule. Then second best rule, third best, fourth best. So if I compare rule number 1 and 4, then this is a very good rule, first one. This one is really not such a good rule. I mean, it's kind of like a weak rule. Okay, and understand that the order will be like this will be executed. Now if this rule is met, then it won't execute this. That should be clear. If this rule is met, first it won't execute the second. If second is met, let's say first is not met, then it will go through second. Second is met, it will stop. It will declare the records as manual merge and stop. It won't go through these rules. It won't. Okay. So it's like if it finds one match, that's it. That's the purpose is met. Okay, that's the order of the rules. And if all of the four rules do not meet, then what happens? All the rules, they don't meet. Then if all of them don't meet, then I will declare the two records as unique. Why? Because they didn't match. So I'm going to declare that them as match, right? Simple logic. Okay. So that's what is the story of this match rules. You can have, as of now, by now, the word fuzzy and exact. You got some idea what is fuzzy, what is exact. Fuzzy is like identical matching. That's what fuzzy is. And exact means exactly same. So without any difference, you got to be exactly same. Okay. So you will see that we'll come to this fuzzy and exact. But before that, first of all, how this whole process works. See, the logic is simple. You will have someone called as a architect. Then let me enlarge this a bit. Okay, okay. So you will have someone called as architect, then analyst, BA, business analyst, then data profiler. So these guys will work together. Okay, probably the SME also. They'll work together. First, what they will do is they will compare, they will do data profiling on sources. So they will do data profiling on sources. This will tell them clearly that, okay, I've got columns like name, address, they are good. The quality of name, address, all that is good. So that's first basic data profiling. Okay. Second thing, this thing is important. What they will do is they will join, they will take, let's take a use case. They will take John's data, uh, John's data from all sources. Clear? So first of all, they have to find a customer who is probably present in most of the sources. Okay, let's say the data stewards told me that, okay, John is a very important person. Like John has to be there in all the sources. So now I know that John is present in all the sources. So what I'll do is I got like CKR, MLO, MCCS, Fiber. So John is present in all these systems. I will take John's data from all the systems, put that in an Excel sheet. So that would look something like, let's say I just go here and put that in an Excel sheet. Okay, from CKR, this is the detail of John. That his name is John. Okay, phone number is this something. Okay, and this is CKR. And then I've got MLO. The name is John K 8 something around 888 something. And the gender male, male. Okay. Then the date of birth. Then the bank account number. I mean, many columns will be there. All right. So there will be like a lot of columns. Okay. So many columns will be there. Now you will put other source systems also. Okay. So other systems also you will put it like CKR MLO. Then I've got like Fiber, MCCS. All right. It's very simple. There's nothing to I will worry about. Okay. So I'm putting this customer. Then I will note down all the things, all the columns that are either same or identical. So I will note down all the columns that are same or identical. So you see that this is same, this is identical. Similarly, the date of birth and all those things. I will list down all the columns. Okay, and this is not just based on John. You have to take almost like 200 different customers like John. The way you have studied John, you have to study like 200 different customers. Once you study all these customers, then you will list down, you will sum it up, you, all the columns that are either same or identical. And as a result, this list will be created. Okay, this list you will create a list of all the columns that can contribute to matching. List of all columns that can contribute to matching. And as a result, I've got this column list. This is called as match columns. What's a match column? You already know. If you go through a match rule, this is a match rule, right? So you've got name, you've got date of birth, you've got gender. What are these three? They are match columns. That is, name is nothing. Name is nothing but this. Okay. Date of birth is this. Gender is this. So the first step is actually to create this list. This one. Alright. Once you do it, then you are going to create these rules. These rules will also be based on this analysis, whatever analysis you have done. So you will say this is C. There is no bulletproof logic for this. You have to study deeper. Um, in fact, it's like manual activity only. You have to study all these things manually and calculate all the fields that might be same. Then create the approximate rules. Again, test with the rule. See how if it's working, not working. Then finally you come with these rules. Then you modify them, keep on modifying. It'll go on like this for 3 months something. After 3 months of rigorous testing, you will come to a conclusion that okay, this rule is like good. This is good. This one is good. Okay, right? So these are my match columns, and if you remember here, I told you that either same or identical, right? So either same or identical. Same means exactly same. Identical means fuzzy. Okay, so this means exact or fuzzy. So that's why you've got some columns are called as fuzzy match columns. Some columns are called as exact match columns. Clear? Because these columns, uh, you don't need to do any fuzzy matching for that. Would you do fuzzy matching for gender? Doesn't make any sense. You won't do it. For date of birth also you won't do it because it's doesn't make any sense, right? Like let's say I've got two date of birth. Okay, 0202 1999, 0202 1998. If I do fuzzy matching on this, the result can be misleading. If Informatica treats these two as string, Informatica probably might declare them as matching. So this is wrong. So I can't allow fuzzy matching here. Okay, so that's why I'm gone with exact matching for date of birth, gender, phone number, email ID, all that stuff. But for name and first name and the address, I'm using fuzzy because uh, you will always see there will be some variation in the name. It will never be exactly same. Some variation will be there. So we go with fuzzy. Now you see something like fuzzy match key, fuzzy match column. So what's a fuzzy match key and what's a fuzzy match column? Fuzzy match key is something you know already. It's something based on which tokenization is done. That's what it is. Okay, so based on this key, tokenization will be done. And what are these two? All of these remaining things, they will participate in the actual matching process. Okay, now you see here that I've got like match path. What is a match path? Match path is nothing but uh, see, if you see the name is coming from the party table. If you see contact is coming from this first name, right? You know where is this first name? This first name is there in the contact table, right? Try to understand that what we are studying the matching properties of the parent table, that is the party table. That should be clear. Okay, we are studying the matching properties of party table. So in the party table, if I want to access the child columns, let's say like phone number is a contact, phone number is there in contact table. So if I want to access that, I have to configure something called as a match path. Clear? If I have to do this, I have to configure something called as match path. That's what match path is. Okay, now let's try to configure this in the tool, then you will get more idea. So see, again I'm telling you that uh, remember that when I have multiple base objects, like the matching configuration has to be done for every base object. So I've got like party table here, I've got party address relationship, party group, let's say. So should I do it for all? Yes, you have to do it for all. Don't think that if you do it for party, then automatically something will happen for the child. No, you have to do it explicitly. Then it means that if I've got like 40 tables, then it's like complicated business because it'll take 1 year for me to configure all the matching. No, that's not true. You will see that the matching properties for the party table will be slightly complex, but for the child tables, it will be very simple. You can configure the child table matching in almost like 2-3 minutes. It won't take more than that. Okay, so concentrate mainly on the party. We will see others. Now let me go back to the ORS. 1 second. Okay, so this is blank. Let me import the ORS. To import the ORS, actually this is the step how to do a full import. So good thing, because normally full import is something you will not see, but see, I have taken a backup. If you see, this is the backup. So let's say ORS class 2. I'll copy that here. Okay, then I want to recover it from that. So first of all, validate it. I'm going to validate both the ORSs, class 1, class 2. Okay, now go to promote, go to change list. Okay, the target is ORS class 1 and the source is my file which is there in my desktop, this one. Alright, so that's my source. My target is ORS class 1. I will load this thing to class 1. Just say okay, it'll do something. So it's throwing an error, right? The source is hierarchy enable it in target as well. So to fix that, what you do is go to schema. Okay, go to class 1. So I need to enable hierarchy for this. To enable hierarchy, you don't have to worry, just go and click on hierarchies. It'll automatically something will pop up. So just say yes, just say okay. You will see 3 tables will be created here. We will study these 3 tables in hierarchy class, but remember that, can you see this? 1, 2, 3. These 3 tables were created, right? So go back and revalidate first of all. So revalidate. You will learn what is validation. Validation is nothing but it will just check the metadata and database if they are same or different. Go to class 1. Okay, so
Sunil, I think you had validated it earlier. The uh, revalidation, is it required?
yeah, every time there is some change in the ORS, you must revalidate. That's a rule. So since I have added 3 tables, there was a change, right? So you have to revalidate. Okay,
Sunil, why did you import that file into this repository manager?
because this is blank, right? I have taken a backup and I would like to recover that here. This is a new environment.
Okay, okay, it's because new. Okay.
Okay, now just import that. Now it will import it. Okay, so just say run it. Roll back to last scene. Just say okay. So not needed. So now it's migrating the tables. You can see mappings, tables, all that stuff. So it's done. Now if I go to class 1, then I should see party address contact. Now go to party. Matching is not configured. That's good. Right. So now our focus should be on this area. Okay, this tab. This is the tab where matching will be configured. Alright. Now matching is slightly not complex or something. You are studying matching right now, but you will see that there are many different properties. Like you will see a lot of properties here. Okay, if I just go through properties, it will take a lot of classes. That is fine, which we will go through anyway. But what we'll do is we'll mix up theory with practical so that it won't be boring. So see, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, you see 8 tabs, right? So all these 8 tabs you see, right? You have to go step by step. The proper method is first this, then configure this, like that. That's the proper method. All right. Now, if I go through this now, I have to explain you all of this, which we will see tomorrow actually, because this will be theoretical again. Okay. So let's skip this. We'll see this tomorrow. First, let's try to configure something so you will get an understanding. Okay. So let's just assume that this is done. Properties, let's say properties. Then if we move on, then we are talking about path now. What is path? One thing should be clear. We are configuring the matching for party table. That should be clear, not for address or contact. And if you see here, then this is party. So you see that I need certain columns from the address table and the contact table. I need, right? Otherwise I can't continue with matching. So if I need some child table columns, then I have to add it here. That's what it is. That is a match path. Match path is nothing but basically join. That's it. So you join the party table with address and contact. Since you can't do it directly, I mean, you can't provide the queries here. So we just add the tables and Informatica will create the queries internally. Okay, you clear, right? Just a join, left outer join. Okay, so take a right lock and let's say I want to join party address. Party address. So go here and add the address table. So ADDR table, just say like ADDR table, say OK. Now Informatica will internally join the party and address table. Now, will it be like a normal join, full outer join, left outer join, right outer join? What is it? What kind of join is that? That's, so you see, allow missing children. It means it's a left outer join. Left outer on party, of course. If I remove this, it will be a normal join. We don't want normal join. We want left outer join only. Okay. So this is moreover like party left outer join, um, left outer with, do you write like this, left outer, I think just left outer something, right? Or something like you say plus is equal to in Oracle. Okay, so it's like this. Then I want to add the contact table. So again click on party, don't click on address. Okay, if you click on address, it will show you the child table of address. I want to add the contact, which is child of party. So click on that and say contacts. Okay, so if I go deeper, then basically I've added party address contact. Internally what will happen? Internally Informatica will create a query like this. Select star from party left outer join address on party underscore id, that, sorry, you know the condition. Okay, row id object is equal to party id, and again, and then again left outer join contacts on the condition. You know the condition, the relationship, right? That's the condition. Okay, and if you want to give a where condition, I mean, I want to match only, like I've got many different addresses. Like I've got main address, I've got office address, I've got residential address, billing address, shipping address, many different types of address. I want to use only the main address in matching. Just the main address I want to use, because billing, shipping are waste of time. Don't want to use that. Okay. So if I want to do that, then I have to add something like a where condition here, right? So where um, address type, let's say, is equal to main. This is what I want to achieve. All right. How do I achieve it in the tool? You just go here, click on address and plus, then you provide the condition. So here we don't have address type. Let's say country. So country is equal to India. So only Indians will be considered for matching. You got US people, let's say, they will never be matched. So this is a very strict condition, because it will remove all anything that is not there in this list from matching at all. So non-Indians will never be matched. Okay, so normally we don't give condition here because this is quite strict. If you want to give condition, we can actually give it in match rule sets. That is much better than giving it here. Anyway, so that's what the match path is. Then move to the match columns. Match column is nothing but whatever you see here, this thing, that's the match column, and that's what we just want to, whatever you see, right, we want to create that in the tool. Okay, so always start with the fuzzy match key. No such rule, but always better, because first step is tokenization, then matching. So first complete the tokenization, configure the tokenization first, then go to the actual matching. So if I go with fuzzy match key, and fuzzy match key is based on address, right? So key type, I have to choose a key here. I've got like 3 keys. Okay, person name, organization name, address part 1. What are all this stuff? I mean, it's like a built-in stuff, right? Did I create something called as person? Have you seen me creating person or organization name or address part 1? No. So it comes with the product. Something, it's a standard thing, it comes with the product. And you have to choose one out of these 3. That's correct. You must choose one out of these 3 to proceed. Okay, but what are all these 3 things? Why they are different? We will study quickly. Okay, let's say I choose address part 1, then just keep it default. When I run the tokenization, we'll play around this options. Okay, then the path component. So my address is there in, is it there in party table? Address, is it there in party table? No, it's there in the address table. So click on this, choose the address table. Clear? When I choose the address table, just concentrate on this area. Can you concentrate on this area? Just concentrate here. So let me click on address. Can you see it got changed? Now it is showing me the address column. Earlier it was party columns. Okay. So now go ahead and choose ADDR name here. ADDR name. Okay. And save it. That completes the configuration of fuzzy match key. But now we will study why these 3 algorithms are different. That's the subject now. What are these 3 things actually? Let's say instead of this, if I choose like person name, okay, so I will choose person name, but the data will be address only. Let's say the data is still the address. Do you understand? In the last configuration, this was like address part 1, and this was the same thing. This was the address name only. Okay, I'm changing this and save it. Can I do that? So you understood, right? This is a algorithm. This person name, it's a algorithm. This thing is your actual data. So how does it matter? See here. Let's try to understand the algorithms now. I've got algorithms like person name, organization name, okay, and I've got address part 1. I've got 3 algorithms. Let's say I've got person is equal to actually the name. Let's say name plus name is my data plus a special person logic. This is also equal to name plus a special organization logic, and this is equal to name plus address logic. All right, so see, let's say my data is Sunil, Mr. Sunil, Sir Sunil. I've got 3 customers. Okay, now this is what is this? This is the name field. All right, my name field contains these 3 records. What will be person name here? In this case, what will be the person name? Person name, see, person name means name plus special person logic. So special person logic means it will apply the person logic. So it will understand that, okay, these 3 guys are actually human beings. They are persons. Okay, they are simple living persons. So what it will do is it will understand that Mr. is the not the name of the person, but it's just a title or a suffix, right? Sir is also a suffix something. So in person name, Sunil, 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 because it will remove this thing, this thing. Why? Because it knows, it understands that this is not a part of the name. It's just an error, noise kind of something. But you go with organization name, then organization name will think that Mr. is the name of a company. Is it possible? Yeah. Mr. can be the name of a company, right? So if you use organization name here, it won't, it will apply organization logic, and as per organization logic, Sir, Mr. can be the name of a company. Okay, so with organization name, this is what will happen with the data. And with address part 1, same thing, because address part 1 is very similar. Address logic is very similar to organization only. Here characters are permitted, I mean alphanumericals here also. Okay, now let's take one more example. Let's say if I go with Cisco and Cisco Inc., then if I use person name, then Cisco Inc., it will think that Inc. is the last name of this guy. This is a guy, human being, and Inc. is the last name. It will treat as if it is a person. Now this guy will understand that, okay, he's not a human being, he's a company, and since he's a company, so this is actually Inc. is an abbreviation, so it will remove that. Clear? So you understood, right? This is nothing but it's an algorithm. Okay, it applies algorithm on the data. It applies the algorithm on the data. That's what it is. So if I use person name, organization name, part 1, will it make a difference? Definitely it will, right? So when to use what? If your data is coming something like a person name, use this. If it's like an organization name, use this. If it's like addresses, use this. Do not try to cheat Informatica. Okay, that's what this three, they are different. Technically we call them as the key type, so you can call them as key type or algorithm whatsoever. Okay, then right, I hope you understood. So that completes the configuration of the fuzzy match key. Okay, now let's configure the exact match columns, then we'll go with like fuzzy match columns, or you can go with fuzzy match columns or exact, doesn't matters, but let's go with exact match columns. Okay, so there are two buttons here, can you see, plus plus. This one is for exact match column, this one is for fuzzy match column. Okay, so go with this one to add the exact match column, and I've got like first thing as DOB. Okay, I want to add date of birth, but remember, date of birth is from the contact table, so just remember that. Now I want to choose date of birth. Where is date of birth? So you have to change this path to the contacts. Okay, um, what is, okay, I have chosen a wrong table in the match path. I have chosen the party cross reference table and named it as contact. Okay, how do I correct that? Go to the match path, delete this. Okay, and then save it once, then add it. So choose contact and say contacts, save it. Okay, and now try, should work. Go ahead and say choose contacts. So here I go, I can see the columns now. So date of birth, go here, select date of birth, and say DOB. Okay, save it. Then I've got like gender, phone number, so plus the name it as gender, change it to contacts, right? Gender, simple.
Can we choose two here, like
Yeah,
at a
if you
time?
want to choose two, what you do is you concatenate like this. Okay, so you can choose multiple columns also. This is how you
Okay.
can choose multiple columns. Informatica will concatenate these columns and use it as a single column. Okay,
Okay.
concatenate without spaces, so that you check it. Then date of birth, gender, phone number, email ID, fax number. So I got like phone number, then I've got like, this is very easy actually, email ID, then I've got like fax number again in contacts, then the last one is postcode, which is there in my postal code, which is there in here, postal code. Okay, save it. Exact match columns is very easy because there is nothing to configure, just add it, that's it, right? So tomorrow we will study these two things. We'll try to complete these two. This will take some time because actually there are a lot of things here. For example, if I add a fuzzy match column, there are again many such algorithms. We have to study them in details. Once we study, we'll try to probably finish this configuration tomorrow, then come to these properties. Okay, so what you do is you try to go through this and do the labs, right? You haven't doubt?
Sunil,
Yeah.
do we have like documentations for like these things so we can
Document,
understand better or some way?
it's there here, right? This document. Which document
Uh-huh.
you're saying? Okay, you want like Informatica documentation, then you go with the books. In books, you have go to configuration guide. Okay. In
Uh-huh.
configuration guide,
Okay.
just open that and let's say search for address part 1. So address underscore part 1. This is very slow. So I think page number 420 or something. There you will find the documentation on the algorithms, what exactly they do and all that. So key
Uh-huh.
type, just go to the next one. Okay, so see this. So here it explains you clearly what is address part 1, what is address part 2, and also
Uh-huh.
person name, organization name will be there. We'll study all this in detail tomorrow, but if possible then
Okay.
you also go through this before tomorrow's class. Page number
Yeah.
444, 444. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sunil, Sunil, in the screen, in the MDM screen, the what was the below part?
Below part, which one?
Yeah, down you have match columns, contents, source
That is
table,
what, right?
contact.
Match columns. This is where you choose the column. You will see that everything. This is the actual data. This is the algorithm. Person name is an algorithm, whereas this is the actual data. Okay.
So against each algorithm, we need to choose.
Yeah, you against each algorithm you must choose a data. For example, if I have not chosen a data and I try to save it, I'll get an error. Okay. So you must choose a data.
So that configuration, I mean, for each algorithm, which one to use, that data also will be provided by
Yeah, you will
data
get a
steward
matching
or
sheet.
yeah.
The matching sheet will contain what you need to configure.
Here you don't have that algorithm shown, right? The matching sheet.
Algorithm, it is written here, right? Person name and all that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, but so
Okay.
it's not necessary that it will be mentioned. You have to, you might need to do some analysis also. Depends upon project to project.
Okay.
Sunil, whatever documents you shared in the Informatica MDM books, in the Siberian docs, you have shared with you have shared for the version 9. Do you have a version 10 also over there?
No, in Cyprian, don't check there. Check outside. Okay, I've shared both the documents. Cyprian docs. Don't check that. Check the Informatica MDM books. You will see version 10, 10.1 documents. Okay.
So all those with the number 1000 or 10 one, is it?
Yeah, 1000 or 10.1.
Okay.
Uh,